Welcome to Crank Software's Inside the GUI. I'm Scott Snider, Product Marketing and Partner Management at Crank Software. We are focusing on one of our technology partners, STMicroelectronics, and today I'm speaking with Jean-Louis Dolmeta. Hi, Jean-Louis.
Hi, Scott.
Can you please let everybody know a little bit about you and your role with ST?
Yes, first of all, thank you to give me the opportunity for this talk about the STM32MP1 solution. So my name is Jean-Louis Dolmeta. I belong to the microprocessor ecosystem marketing team, and I'm responsible for leading the embedded software, hardware, and software development tools definition, and so last but not the least, working with partners such as Crank to make our combined solution easier to work with for the benefit of our customers.
So when it comes to customers, what do you hear from your STEM32 customers as their biggest challenges when it comes to the implementation of their embedded products?
Well, this is a very good question, actually. Over the last decade or so, the business model has been shifting. And as a financially driven organization, OEM must strengthen their resources on their value-added features. OEM must always, and even more importantly now, reduce their time to money, removing risk to avoid respin of their product, and in order to reduce cost of the development. By doing so, they may enter the market quicker at higher margin to earn market share and addressing profitable growth.
Yeah, it makes sense. So what tips then do you have or could you provide for them when it comes to reducing the development time so they can get to market quicker?
Well, this is an outstanding one, actually. Within the microprocessor market, as you know, OEM may have 80% of investment and resource to software. To address this software investment, this is our common responsibility, ST and Crank together, to provide an easy-to-use solution, complementing the OEM implementation. So ST decided to mainline the embedded Linux offering to ease the Linux application port and making it more secure with higher quality. The second topic consists on facilitating and reducing the cost of development, especially when the technology transfer happens. ST leveraged the MCU leadership and reputation to enter the MPU market. Indeed, the STM32 MCU leads the MCU market with the two famous scalable STM32Cube tool set for easy configuration, debug, and manufacturing capabilities. This deliverable roll out the red carpet for the MPU introduction. Besides the updated tools to meet the non-real-time environment as Linux and Android, with the addition of device tree generation, ST worked with highly skilled partners in their respective domain, thanks to the infrastructure of the ST Authorized Partner Program. This is where Crank into play. Crank activity started since the early days of the STM32MP1. Crank became an early adopter of the STM32MP1, participated to the launch of a solution during the embedded event in 2019, and became an ST authorized partner the same year.
So within that, you mentioned something interesting. You said scalability. So definitely scalability is an important aspect that most developers will have to address at some point in time. So how does the STM32 hardware and ecosystem help them address this?
Well, this is an outstanding word again. I mean, for sure, scalability is linked to the OEM challenge, namely reducing cost of development. Typically, an R&D team may spend up to 2 to 3 years for a new development platform. Once they issue a product out of it, OEM must rapidly issue another derived product with optimized performances, both hardware and software-wise. The STM32MP1 supports different peripheral sets, but all the flavors are pin-to-pin compatible. Linked with the STPMIC1 power management, that makes the hardware entirely scalable from a full-feature product including 3D dual Cortex S7 down to single core without the 3D. Then, by having a scalable hardware, the OEM can reuse the initial hardware development and port the adapted software, which has been stripped down to meet lesser feature support versus different market requirements. On a framework perspective, Storyboard from Crank provide a scalable port enabling backward compatibility between the three flavors of the STM32MP1. As a conclusion, an OEM willing to create an entire product line with the combined STM32MP1 and will be able to do so thanks to the scalability of the vertical solution, meaning from the ICs up to Storyboard.
Perfect. So before we wrap things up for the day, what can developers looking at hardware expect from ST and the STM32 series of processors in the coming years?
Well, of course, this is an outstanding one for the next generation and next years to come. After the release of the STM32MP1 solution in 2019, ST got and released an upgraded series with more performances in 2020. ST never hides the intent to become a key player in the microprocessor market by developing an access line to allow customers optimizing the platforms, while the OEM and R&D team might step up in performances with another STM MPU solution. This year, ST showed its involvement with ecosystem enhancement, aka OpenST Linux expansion package with predictive maintenance, AI, safety, and addition of partners within security. So the STM32MP1 solution is the first environment for a long-living roadmap. We count on our authorized partner, Crank, to show that combining effort together allow customers to go much faster on the market. Thank you, Scott.
Perfect. Thank you, Jean-Louis, and thank you everybody for taking time to join us today and to learn a little bit more about STMicroelectronics.